you called a lunatic or a patient?
Lunatics. Whoa, that was sick.
Why here? There's blueprints not on the side, only on the ceiling.
You're about to go into what a lot of people would consider one of the worst experiences in the world.
Oh, right, that's real? I was trying to hex the building with some sort of witchcraft.
One tour guide named Jasmine was alone in here when she captured this picture. Decided watching her.
Sometimes people use alcohol or handcuffs. You're going to use yourself.
I'm getting the tingles like something's about to happen.
That was so loud.
This has to have been done by fingernails and possibly even teeth.
Wait, the what the hell body camera turned off?
Feels like my entire face is getting
They sound like someone's just bashing their head into a wall over and over and over and over again.
Welcome to Aradale. We'll go on a walk and I'll show you through different parts of it, tell you some of the history as we go.
In the first 40 years, going through the records, we see that 2 of the superintendents were declared insane and 2 of them committed suicide. I'll take you into the street here. This is what our hot spots.
Wait, can you clarify? You just said 2 of the superintendents of the insane asylum were then deemed insane themselves.
Yes, as a result of the stress, it was said that the effect on his nerves was so intense that he began to suffer from epilepsy. You know, the conditions here were intense, not just for the patients but for the staff, and in a lot of cases they had suicide prevention methods for the patients but not the staff.
Oh wow.
No one was thinking about that part of it. Look how small this is.
You can still see the outline of the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be exactly, oh look, this is where they probably had to bolt it down too.
Beneath the floors, under our feet, in the construction is a foot of clay, and that's called plugging, and that's designed to muffle the screams. The 1940s, before medication came in, when the wind is travelling from the right direction, they can hear the screams from the asylum travelling into the centre of town, which is about 4.5 kilometres. This is heavy hardwood doors here, and patients aren't allowed in there with anything that can do damage to the heavy hardwood doors, but look at the indentations on that. And there's my torch.
Wow, that's...
Oh! So, without anything in the cell to be allowed to do that, this has to have been done by fingernails and possibly even teeth around the edges. We had a very good psychiatrist come here in the 1950s from England, a guy by the name of Eric Cunningham Dax, and he was brought from England specifically to bring the mental hygiene department, as it was known in the 1950s, up to speed with the rest of the world. And he got here and is horrified. And he said that he'd been working in England in the asylum system over there for like 15, 20 years and had heard of straitjackets from a historical perspective and had never seen one, and definitely never seen anyone being put in one. Came to Aradale and he said, man, half the patients are just wandering around in a straitjacket and half of them have been left in that for over a week. For the first 20 years, all of the children were kept here as well. For the first 20 years, they didn't make any distinction at all. And then a government inspector came in and had a look at the system and was correctly horrified. And one of the things he pointed out, he said, hang on guys, you've just got a 6-year-old Down syndrome kid there, and the dude standing right beside him just murdered his whole family with an axe. You haven't made any provisions here for children or for the criminally insane, and you've got them wandering around in the same walking yards. So most of the operations that were done here in the 1800s were done without anaesthetic. The doctor's going to bring you out and he's going to literally have to tie you to the bed. And then they put a bit in your mouth so that you don't bite your own tongue off. They'll give you maybe a shot of whiskey or something. And then sometimes the doctors would have a thing called the salt box. And it's like a box that sits on top of your face and it's got louvers in it with granulated salt on top of it. And you open the louvers and the salt falls into your eyes, and when you start to freak out because you've got granulated salt in your eyes, is when you start to cut.
Wait, what?
Now you can imagine that that's pretty horrific, being
They would legitimately put salt in your eyes and create so much pain that it would distract the brain from them being cut open.
Yeah. It freed up this building. The cottages were the home of the low-risk ones who could work in the farm, which meant this whole building here became the house for the most dangerous men in Victoria. It became nicknamed the bull pit because they fight like bulls. Whenever you went into any part of the building, it was always in at least pairs. You go and change the sheets, but I'll stand at the door and watch that you're safe while you're doing it. It's always done in pairs because it's so dangerous. The man who is the security guard on site these days was a cleaner when Aradale was open. And you know, we're going for a walk one day and going for a walk through the bottom of the men's ward, and we come to one of the bathrooms in there. And he's telling me stories. He goes, "Oh, I remember that bathroom. You see that sink there?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I remember that sink because I remember coming into work one morning and they said, 'Oh, you've got to go and clean up the sink.' All right, so I went and got a bucket and went in there and realised that the sink is full of brain and skull and bone because someone's head got put into it just that night." And he said that sort of thing used to happen all the time.
And you had to clean it.
He had to clean it out. That was his job. But that was a very common occurrence. Yeah. We'll go have a look inside it, shall we?
Sure. Let's go check out that sink.
You see that stairwell right there? It's chained off, but we used to use that stairwell. And I was going up the stairwell and I heard footsteps coming down. And I was like, "Oh, awesome, someone's coming down. I'm going to jump out and scare them so bad." So I was standing just on the edge of the step as it comes around. And I heard the footsteps coming down the stairs. And just as it got to the corner, I jumped out and screamed. And there was no one there. But I could still hear the footsteps coming straight towards me. I pushed myself right up against the wall. The footsteps walked straight in front of me down the stairs and into that room there. I came flying out this door here. And we had a bunch of paranormal investigators with us on that weekend. Guys, there's something in that building right now. And they came in, they had a seriously impressive collection of gear. They had EMF, motion sensors, ion sensors, static detectors, Geiger counters, for crying out loud. I had the whole area decked out, and for like the next 40 minutes, every single meter went bang. Wow. And we were watching it, oh, like, what the hell is that? For 45 minutes, I reckon. And then all of a sudden, all of it just went... I've never seen that much equipment all going off at max at the same time for that long ever, before or since, and then it all stopped like that instantly. Weird. I was standing here talking to 25 people on the tour, and there was a woman standing right there, and she started screaming, and I had my torch, and I was whoa, whoa, like that, and I saw her there, and her feet were getting dragged across the ground like that, up that corridor.
Stop.
And I went, whoa, what the hell? And then, whatever it was, she broke out of it. She came running through here, and there's 25 people, everyone's like, what the hell just happened? And then she got to that door where we just come in, and it was like something shoved her. She bounced back in. And then the next morning, they rang me up on the phone, and she said that she got up to have a shower the next morning, and when she got undressed, she had scratch marks on her shoulders. We have on site the police canine training school. They teach the attack dogs. Okay. But they also have a cadaver dog, that smells the corpse. Right? And if they're working at night time and the patient die, then they have to go through a lot of paperwork. Rather than go through paperwork, thought that it was easier to fill the bathtub with warm water and put the body in there and keep it warm, and then put it back in the bed the next morning. So the next staff member has to do. The policeman came in with the cadaver dog, and he looked at me, and he's as white as a sheet, and he looked at me and said, "Have you had a dead body up in the men's ward recently?" I'm like, but he said that the dog had come in the back part of the ward, and those dogs are trained. Like, we'll go into a factory and it can be filled with dead things and it will smell human. The dog came in the back there and went crazy, raced in here barking as if it had just smelled what it had been trained to smell, jumped up here, and you can still see like footprints there, and the dog was reacting as if it could still smell the corpse in the bathtub. Yeah, right there.
So all I'm going to ask you to do is go all the way up this staircase.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll make it. As soon as you get to the top of this staircase, there is a fire door just over there.
Okay.
I want you to walk through the fire door. It's going to be an incredibly dark hallway. Thank God you've got night vision.
Yeah, thank God.
I want you to walk the entire length of the building. Go through the
Okay.
fire door on the other side. Come down all the stairs and come down this corridor.
Oh, and they'll come through here.
Yeah. It's a big loop.
Okay, great. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Why would you do that? Oh, my heart is beating so hard right now. I'm so nervous right now. This sucks.
So what you can do is explore this level. So through the bathroom here takes you to that scratch cell. ECT down this end is what we call the forbidden door, which I'll show you.
That's going on.
It's just acid.
Remember. Region. Japanese. Ida.
Just non-stop.
Tray. Smell.
And this at the end here is what we call the forbidden door. Whistles, you'll often get an echo back. Some interesting noises that come from down here. Footsteps, keys jangling. But what's really interesting, if you have a really quick look here, it's actually a dead end. So that's actually a dead end, it doesn't go anywhere.
My name is Jerry. Came from the United States, California, Los Angeles. Learned a lot about everything that's happened here. Very unfortunate, very sad, and I'm so sorry for those that lost their souls here. I am here to give you some energy. I am here to hopefully be able to give you some peace.
A cursed place.
First place. What do you mean the first place? This is the very first place that I am investigating, yes. Can you please tell me your name? What is your name?
20.
Did it say 20? Or did it say like a name?
That.
Oh, it says a cursed place. This is a cursed place. Oh my God, this is a cursed place. 20 back. Are there 20 of you or are you 20 years old? And can you tell me why this place is cursed?
16.
16. So there's one that's 20 years old and there's one that's 16? Or are you telling me there are multiple of you here? Whoa, there's something right by the... Whoa. Is that you right there by the bathroom?
Cool.
Sounds like crunching. Sounds like crunching. Sounded like if someone was walking on crunchy leaves. Sounded like if someone was walking on crunchy leaves.
What the? What the fuck?
That was so loud.
It sounded like that came from
I just know it came from in here and it was loud. It's hard for me to tell where exactly. Yeah, it sounded like wood or wall. It didn't sound like stone.
That's what I'm wondering. It almost sounded like something was trying to that.
Yeah, it was really similar to that. I mean, this is the table that the dog hopped up on that like sensed dead bodies from the past, right?
Can you please tell me your name? Or who you are? What you're doing here? Oh, it's just right by the door. Whoa. Is there something you're trying to grab?
Invitation.
Are you inviting me
Bad
to...
spirit.
Can you please explain to me who you are and why you're there? And why are you a bad spirit? Whoa, what was that? Whoa, what was that? Did you see? Oh my God, I wish someone saw that. I want to see if the kid, what the? Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, y'all see this? Yo, K2 is broken? Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, I can see myself, but camera, see this? K2 has completely lost indication. There is no numbers, nothing. Whoa, turn off, turn on. Yo, what happened? Oh my God, dude, this was literally working. This was literally working when we were in the hallway. That's crazy. It was working. It was working perfectly fine. Oh, I got the chills, okay. All right, let's...
Spirit is pursuing you.
Huh.
Why does that sound funny?
It sounds muffled. That's new. It almost sounds like static. Like
Yeah.
Or like an old Wi-Fi connection.
Almost sounds like Morse code. Okay, well, I don't think that's going off tonight.
If you are here right now, if you're here with me, please put your energy into the REM pod. That is so weird. You see this is working again. K2 is working. That was such a trip. It was that bathroom.
Very.
Hi, Gary. Funny, my name is Jerry. Nice to meet you. So from the moment that I walked in with Scoob, I felt this, it's heavy, felt sad, but like my feeling, I can't quite grasp what is really here. And I thought I had it at the bathroom, but something told me to come into this hallway. Gary, was that you that was upstairs following me? Was that you in the bathroom?
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Ginger. We're here tonight to learn about you. We've come all the way from America. We've heard about your place here. It's
very big and very impressive. And we're ready to get to know more about you, so you can use the tool that Elton has to communicate any words you want through the speaker, and he will tell us what he hears.
Hello, my name is Evan. Again, I came all the way from America.
Hi.
Hello, and we mean no harm. We're here to help capture evidence and help share your stories. We know that it was a very interesting and not great place here. So feel free and share with us, and hopefully nothing like this could ever happen again.
Don't run. And then I heard, ha 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 ha.
Okay, well, we're not here to run. Even though maybe you saw that we seemed a little scared, we're definitely comfortable here and want to learn more about you. If you could let us know something about yourself, what brought you here originally, your name, maybe how old you were when you were here.
That actually
That never goes off. My whole body chills.
Haha, I'm near you. And then I heard, ha ha ha.
That's a really hard one to go off, so thank you for showing us that you're here.
While you were at this facility,
Definitely.
were you told a lunatic or a patient
Ha ha ha.
that would help determine when you were here?
Loony. Lunatics. Whoa, that was sick. Lunatics.
What happened to you? How did you die?
Hello, good evening. Ha ha. That's the one.
Is he getting joy out of making the box go off?
Hello, good day.
Is there something that you want us to know about your time here, your visit here? Can you illustrate it a little bit for us?
Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Ha!
I'd really love to know how you ended up living here.
I'm getting the tingles like something's about to happen. Weird.
Don't say that.
Ha 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 ha.
I've never heard so much laughter.
Is there anyone else?
We do
From
have,
America?
We do have one more of our team wandering this building alone by himself.
Based on what they said, about 15% that were admitted into this asylum were Chinese, were immigrants, because they did not speak the language. 所以如果我开始讲中文的话，你们可不可以跟我讲？
Are we speaking to one of the spirits that their bodies were left inside this tub?
Weird. Weird. Whoa, my whole leg's twitching. This is so weird. It sounds like someone's banging their head on a wall. Holy sh**. They sound like someone's just bashing their head into a wall over and over and over and over again.
Were you banging your head on the wall to escape it all?
That's all I'm hearing. Just someone just, it's
weird that all the laughing has stopped.
Yeah. It's kind of how you could see it happening, though. Like someone going mentally insane and just maniacally laughing, and then maybe coming to realize that death is the only way to escape it.
Okay, what I'm hearing right now sounds like, and the thing is, it just stopped. I was hearing banging. Someone's like head on the wall over and over and over again. And then I heard like and then the head banging stopped.
Were you someone who was in the surgical wing waiting for your turn and you heard all these things happen to somebody? Or is that your experience being a patient here, going through electroshock? Can you tell us anything about your time? It's almost like we experienced his time here.
Yeah.
He started saying, hello, good day, hey, good evening. Then he was just laughing and laughing and laughing. And then said a few other things, and now it's just almost like the end.
I have words again. I just can't pick them up fast enough.
Like I was saying that sometimes people came here and they're okay, but you're here for so long, then you start to go crazy. And maybe he got checked in here because
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Or he said, I smell. Is that because you wanted to leave while you were here?
Something treatment. Let's go. And I'm hearing the laughter again.
Hi, Scoob. It was good.
Yeah.
Third floor bathroom. SLS cost something, and it was right by the sink. And for a while, it was there. It said it was a bad spirit. And when I tried to look up to my K2, it completely went blank.
You're right.
And it's crazy. It's so crazy because now it works. It was on but blank.
Oh, I don't know who did it, but I think someone's trying to hex us.
What bird?
That one.
Wait, what?
Oh my, that's real?
Yeah, there's a bird carcass.
Get out! Oh my god. But I thought this place is locked up.
Yeah.
So
we lock it up every night.
So how does that?
Not a clue. We honestly thought someone was trying to hex the building with some sort of witchcraft.
Dog. That's no joke.
No, it's not.
Again, there's nothing we can do about the past, but by you telling us what happened and giving us proof, we can help solidify that for the future and make sure this never happens again.
Laughter again.
Yeah, you were probably treated very unfairly while you were here, and you want justice.
Man. I don't know if anything making sense at all, but I feel like I'm not really hearing anything, just that same laughter coming through once in a while.
No names either. I like getting a name. We haven't had a single name.
It feels like I'm not like hearing anything at all that makes sense. I just keep hearing the same laughter. It feels like
Is your leg okay?
Yeah. It's like a weird twitchy feeling that's happening.
You got a lot of laughter on that one.
All I'm hearing is
And then after that, it kind of started to fall off, and we kept trying to get more information and more, and then it turned into, what did it say? Just like goodbye and the head banging on the wall,
Yeah.
and
Which then we equated. That's not the way. Camera on it. No, that's.
Which
one is that?
There's nothing over there.
We got the camera down there.
Oh my god.
think this
It
is
didn't go off the whole time we were there.
the obelisk is like totally about to turn itself off. Look at the screen.
French.
What did it say?
Brought tilt French as this thing's about to die. The screen's completely going out. Should we bring it to forbidden? Or it's completely not. Look at that. The screen's like gone.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Oh, and that's it. Everyone's just coming into the bullpen.
Oh, okay, yeah. Every time we walk away.
Yeah, there were just more people entering the bullpen.
It sure seems like it.
No one else entering? Damn, this thing went off.
I don't think you're close enough to make
No.
that off.
No. Like, don't
No.
come in the forbidden room?
Like, don't come in or welcome? Which one is it?
That makes sense. Okay. Is there anyone in the bullpen that wants to say hello right now?
Can you tell us if you were here as staff, patient, or lunatic?
I kept hearing someone laughing. Could you repeat that laugh again?
Could you say some of the evil things that happen to people in this place?
How many of you are in here with us right now?
What treatment were you given?
Oh my god.
Can you tell us if you were here as staff, patient, or lunatic? I kept hearing someone laughing. Could you repeat that laugh again? You say some of the evil things that happen to people in this place.
Okay.
Let's try this in there.
I guess we go in that room. That's insane.
This is the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do?
And we're now in the end.
Are we okay to be in here? If we should not be in the forbidden room, set off the device now.
Okay. Means we're staying in the forbidden room.
I just wonder if we'll get answers more clearly.
Yeah.
I asked what treatment you were given, and I couldn't quite understand what you said. Could you please explain again, with as much detail as you'd like, what treatment were you given, or did you have to suffer through?
There's somebody here making the device behind me go off. Can you tell me your name?
Were you one of the bodies left inside the tub?
I just wanted to say, if you were someone who was a patient here, that I'm sorry. That sucks, and society should have been better to you.
If you were a doctor in this area, what was the worst treatment you gave to a patient? Ending. Nothing in the last one at all.
I asked what treatment you were given. I couldn't quite understand what you said. Could you please explain again, in as much detail as you like? What treatment were you given, or did you have to suffer through? There's somebody here using the device behind me, Joel. Can you tell me your name? Were you one of the bodies left inside the tub? You were a doctor in this area. What was the worst treatment you gave to a patient?
Everything got quieter here. It's louder over there.
Really muffled and low.
But it's basically part of that design of the asylum, is all the nice lunatics were kept up the front of the asylum and all the nasty ones were down the back here.
Gotcha.
So that's where your energy shift is.
This is the back side. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Great.
Alright, have fun.
Okay.
Use all the things.
I'll use the things.
And then I'm all the way down to the right, yeah?
Yeah.
Through the wall to the right, and then down through the pathway with the ropes.
So, Scoob is going to take me to...
This cell right here.
Oh yeah, we're here. This is the one. Yep, this is the one. So this was the room where they put the most dangerous and most angry, mad, hateful patient in here. And he's gonna show me what it really feels like, firsthand experience.
Officially on my own.
Hey.
That is the most terrifying hey I've ever heard in my life. A casual hey. Hi. If you don't mind, I'm gonna enter the morgue. This building in front of me. Maybe it's the mortuary for you, depending on when you were here. Coming in solely with respect and to see if I can learn more about you.
And so this is the room where they hate women. Let's send Ginger there.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Cool. And this is known as being the men's ward. All men, no woman. So it's a little scary that a woman came to visit and was essentially attacked by a spirit.
In front of 25 people.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, and then the next day she went to take a shower and had scratch marks all over her shoulders and back where she felt like she was being dragged from.
Yeah.
So, cherry on top.
Right.
Hello, I'm Ginger. I've heard your story of what happened here. Please do not drag me, but feel free to use our energy tonight to communicate with us. I have some tools out. I've got some cat balls. If you touch them or go near them, the lights will go off. If you touch or go near that little goodie down there, that will beep, so we can communicate through those.
Well, you're about to go into what a lot of people would consider one of the worst experiences in the world, which is sensory deprivation.
Yeah, this is the one where it has the cover on the window with no lights. Are you gonna close the door on me too?
I am gonna close the door on you.
Okay, this is gonna be great. Never in my life I think this would ever happen to me. I'm not crazy, you know? But I'm about to feel crazy after this. Look at this thing. Like, So we're gonna set up a few tools. Again, this room is known to be aggressive. If you can't tell by the marks on the door. What he's gonna do is he is going to strap me up, close this door on me, and oh my god, I thought I locked this in. But you can see all these scratch marks and knuckles, and like, this guy really, whoever was in here really put damage on the doors. So for the new viewers that do not know what tool this is called the tripwire. Okay, and as you can see, all the lights, every single bulb is on.
I truly cannot imagine the terrible things that happened to you here. You had to trust people that were supposed to take care of you. This is where you ended up. Nice to meet you, Nicholas. Nicholas, would you mind telling me what happened to you? Because I don't believe people that were in charge of this place are being very honest. Were you used as someone's experiment? Were you killed? On purpose? An accident?
One thing before we do this. I need you to think of a safe word.
Okay.
So if something happens and you want out, you need to say that.
Safe word?
I'm a little teacup.
No.
Yep.
No. I'm a little teacup. Fine,
I'm a big teacup.
I'm a big teacup. That's my safe word. I'm a big teacup. Please let me out. Okay. No way, dude, this is for real. Oh, I'm facing you. Got it.
Put your arms out straight. Turn around for me.
This feels so weird. Like, oh, this is probably how they felt. Especially for those that had literally no reason to be here. Like myself.
Right, now I'm going to reach between your legs.
Go for it. Oh, now it makes sense.
What makes sense?
It goes, the fact that it goes, because I just think about the jacket just being a top body thing, but like you could just easily wiggle your way out, but no, you can't, because this goes all the way in between your legs.
I need you to do me a massive favor.
Yes.
Give yourself a big hug.
Dang, this is crazy. Whoa, oh my God. Thank God for the body cam. It lit up the moment that I hugged myself and said, oh my God.
So this is what we call trigger. Para. So you've just become the trigger item. Sometimes people use alcohol or handcuffs. You're going to use yourself.
Do you like the fact that there's a woman here, even though there weren't ever allowed to be in the past?
There are also other ways of communicating with us if you want. You can tug on my sweatshirt. You can push on one of these half open doors over here and make it swing. I've heard that you guys are also known to pull on pieces of hair or just touch people in general. So you have my permission if that's an easier, preferred way for you to make communication.
Dude, you can't. There's no way. You really can't move with this.
No.
Oh God. Okay. I'm going in. Thank you, Scoop.
If you need me, I'll be in the next cell.
Okay. So, safe word was I'm a big teacup guy.
I'm a big teacup, and I'm proud of it too.
Dude, this sucks.
Can you sit?
I'm trying. I feel like a dog right now. Whoa.
That was crazy.
What the heck? Oh God, okay, I'll sit down. Whoa!
I think the trigger object worked.
Oh my God, okay. I feel like a dog right now trying to find a spot. This sucks. This sucks so bad. I can't.
Here, give me your hand.
I can't, you butthole. Low key painful to like do more. You know, if you like really struggle with it and like really just, you're just hurting yourself, dude. This, damn. I don't know if I'm speaking to Gary or if this is different spirit or spirits that put their energy into the flashlight behind me or the tripwire, but it was truly, truly amazing. Wow. Truly amazing to see that you know how to put the energy into these tools. God dang it.
The more we can learn about what happened here.
I'm very close by.
Okay. You want me to come closer to you? You over here? If you need help trying to escape this place, because I'm sure when you were alive, there was nothing more that you wanted to do than escape. And for you to still be here, even after death, when you finally thought you would leave, you can only imagine how torturous that must be to you. So if you need help, please let me know. I heard some knocking over here. Is this easier?
More to the history.
I also believe there is far more to history. The documents here don't really display what was happening. So could you tell me what that missing history is? Did you see patients get tortured? Were your friends experimented on? Did the staff take advantage? I truly cannot cannot imagine how terrifying of a place this must have been for you to live. Did you ever have any good days? Maybe when you got dessert?
Amazed.
You were amazed when you got dessert? Is that the only kindness they ever showed you? 2 times a year, they gave you an extra treat? How did you die?
Mabel.
Ending.
I know a lot of souls here have been lost, was miserable, was mistreated. And I want to learn more. I mean, just being in this, thank you for that. Thank you for turning on the flashlight. Being in this really sucks. And I'm so sorry you had to really experience this, especially for those that don't deserve to be here. Oh, that light just flashed. Okay, nice. Thank you for that. I think it just said you're welcome.
What?
I said thank you for that, and it flashed real quick, said when you're welcome. Do I sound crazy right now? I feel crazy.
That's why I said what, because like I didn't understand what you said. I'll wait for the flashlight to turn off. Oh boy.
Why is that so funny? I just said thank you, and like I don't know, I felt like I knew what I was saying. I felt like I knew I said you're welcome. Why can't I stop laughing? So weird. Dude, just me being this is so weird. What?
The flashlight agrees.
The flashlight is laughing with me. The flashlight is laughing with me. Dude, I'm crying. What is happening? What? Dude, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I can't stop laughing.
Victim.
What was the beep, 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 beep? That was louder than me talking.
We're on the side of the men's ward that was reserved for what they call the more maniac or crazier sort of patients. Were you angry to be on this side of the asylum and not on the other side where it was much nicer?
Is the spirit that attacked that woman here with us right now?
So quiet.
It's dead.
So dead.
My stomach hurts. My stomach hurts so much. Stop. Why is the flashlight on?
And it's extremely bright.
Oh, my stomach hurts so bad. Stop it. Oh. Stop. Oh, my stomach. Oh, God. Oh, God, my stomach hurts. I don't know what to do. This position is so dumb. It's so weird. I can't do this. My stomach hurts so bad. I don't know what to do right now. Oh, God.
So the funny thing is, which maybe you don't realize because you can't, but
I'm listening.
it's plausible that because you are the trigger object, that something is projecting into you. And that's why you're laughing.
You should stay.
Man, I'm getting a weird, heavy feeling right now. Into the morgue. Lie here. I am so sorry if what I'm doing feels disrespectful to you. I'm just hoping this might be a way to better communicate. Being in a place that has so much negative energy attached to it. Although it's negative, it's still energy. Can you tell me what happened to you? To any of you?
Is this how you felt? Is this what you're trying to tell me? Is this who you are? That was so weird. Okay. Were you comfortable? Yes. I feel like you were locked in here for a long time. Is that true?
I take that as a yeah. Did you project your feelings onto Jerry?
Were you ever happy being in here? Or just being in the asylum in general? Whoa, that was double confirmation.
But again, happiness, that could be a derivative of
medication. Wow, that was cool.
So there's our answer. They're happy, but happy because of the medication they're on.
Were you killed? Did you die during a surgery? It's like waiting to see something at the end of this table. And there will be absolutely nothing I can do. There's something. Died during the attempt. What the fuck? There's actual there's boot prints. How there's actual foot boot prints walking along this. Look. Boot prints everywhere. But not on the sides, only on the ceiling. And then look at them all over here. That looks like claw marks and drag marks.
Were you put in here because you hurt someone else? Did you hurt someone else because you just wanted to? Well, no offense to you, but you deserve to be in here. Fuck, I feel crazy right now.
And that's what our guide said. People could get checked in here and be completely normal. But after being here for X amount of years...
It's so messed up.
Sorry. I do see it. What am I looking at? Zone in. Come on, zone in. Let's figure this out. Do you believe the staff here is trying their best to help you? Your ashes, your guesses, gashes. Gashes, wounds? Your gashes? Do they only care about your gashes and your wounds? Oh, I'm getting the weirdest face, head pain. It feels like my entire face is getting pulled in. Getting squeezed in to the center. We unfortunately don't have all night here. Camera never went off.
It's kind of like the cycle. I was saying it's kind of like the cycle we had upstairs when we did Estes. It started off as Elton was saying like, hello, welcome, and then slowly he kept getting more and more laughing, and he'd say different words.
He did?
But he kept getting laughing throughout the entire thing, and it slowly kept getting more and more aggressive until finally he heard what was a pounding noise.
Whoa.
Again, throughout the words, and then eventually everything just went silent. There were no more words. And Ginger and I were thinking maybe it was the journey of somebody that they came here and it was a hello, welcome, and slowly more laughing, more crazy, more whatever, until it got darker, and whether maybe they're pounding their head on a wall or something like that.
Yeah.
Until, unfortunately, it was death. And that's why it went silent.
Wow.
So it could be a similar experience you're having down here.
Haven't really been able to understand you. I apologize. I think because the history here is so complex, it's hard to figure out a single answer. If you can put energy to either one, the light will do this. It'll turn on. If you pull it away, it'll turn off. The entry room, where Ginger is. That's exactly what that room is, the entry room. They didn't have any other name for it other than. Should I go to the entry room? Is there anything else you'd like to say? Let my loved ones know. Do you want me to tell them that you love them? Miss them? Or do you want me to tell them the truth about what happened to you? I have to leave now, okay? But I'll wait for the final message. And then I'll go. Navigate toward the sound. I will knock on something. Okay. A clear understanding. Sometimes nothing happens, and that's what happens.
Yep.
Dead night, huge place. Could be somewhere else, not the right place. Needle in a haystack. I'm talking about, what, 55, 57 buildings? 57 buildings, and how many rooms in the buildings, and then we happen to be in the one room, and you know what I mean? Like, you think about all the people that saw the nurse, that like walked by, but like across how many years did it take for those 20 people to see it?
I'm a big teacup. I'm a big teacup! Yeah! Hi, Scoob.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing well. It was an experience.
Apologies, I'm gonna roughhouse you for a second.
Thank you, mate. It's been an experience.
I'll be honest, you went longer before you hit the hysterics than I thought.
Really?
You hit 5 minutes. Most people hit it in about 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wait, well, say that again?
So the hysterical laughing usually takes people about 2-3 minutes before that kicks in. You made it to 5, so I'm impressed.
So people get that laugh too?
Yeah.
So that's common.
It's common?
So it's basically the spirit is attaching itself to you very briefly, and you're feeling all of the emotions that they're feeling.
It was the weirdest thing ever.
That hysterical laughing that slowly turns into tears, that's just them getting out there. I appreciate you coming here and enjoying our sweet haunted home.
It was, I enjoyed it, truly.
Yeah?
It was the first time I've ever embodied something like that.
Oh yeah, you up in that cell was fantastic. I was just sitting in the cell next to him and he broke into hysterics about 5 minutes in, kept laughing hysterically until he started crying for about 15 minutes.
What the?
Nice.
What?
He then got into contact with the spirit who was pushing its feelings onto him and started having that conversation, and then another 5-10 minutes passed and then he broke into hysterics again.